Well, we have some really exciting news for the upcoming Dead and Company tour here, and it's that Wolf is going to be making another appearance in John Mayer's hands, but not exactly as you'd think, and we're going to discuss this all in today's video. So yesterday, January 13th, 2023, Bill actually posted to his Instagram story a shot of rehearsals for Playing in the Sand, and what you actually see is John holding a guitar with a neck on it that's clearly not PRS. Now, people immediately started speculating as to what this guitar was. Some people were like, oh, it's got to be a Gibson. But the headstock is clearly not a Gibson. It's the headstock that is reminiscent of Jerry Garcia's Wolf guitar. Now, of course, John has played the original Wolf guitar before. For the Citi Field show on June 23rd, 2019, John actually brought out Wolf and performed it for the Dead and Company show that night, which John, has said that it was a really magical experience, and it's really cool to see, the person who's filling in for Jerry Garcia get to honor him in the way of actually playing his actual guitar, one of the most iconic Jerry Garcia guitars that he ever played. Now, I'm going to read a quote here from John, and he's talking about playing Wolf after that Citi Field show in 2019. When I played it, the only pickup that was really working was the middle. And I don't mean working for me. I mean operational. The neck pickup had a short, and the bridge pickup was a little bright, ice picky. It was quite tricky to play because the frets are just worn out. I battled it for half the night, but by the end of the night, I got it to move the way I wanted it to move. And here's what changed me forever. The tone of this guitar was so good. It's the one that's married to those songs. Sounds good because it sounds like Jerry. And all of a sudden, all I have to do is single notes and I'm in heaven. And I realized you gotta get a guitar where the single notes make you happy. You don't have to play that much at all. And again, just a really cool experience for John to get to play Wolf, Jerry Garcia being a huge influence musically on John. So the fact that he got to play that guitar live was just a really special moment for John, no question about it. But let's come back around to 2023 here, and at the time of me making this video, it's January 14th, 2023. Playing in the Sands actually starts tonight, and I was in the middle of making a separate video, and then I saw John posted a photo with this new guitar, and John actually goes into detail about what this guitar is, so I'm just gonna read from his post here and we can discuss. I'm honored to have received the prototype of a very special guitar. Doug Irwin at Irwin Guitars, the Luther who built Jerry Garcia's famous Wolf guitar, so the actual guy who built Jerry Garcia's original Wolf guitar, commissioned the great Bill Asher guitars to faithfully recreate the original using all of Doug's original drawings and templates. The result is pretty unbelievable. How unbelievable? I have to make sure to post this before tonight's Dead and Company show to make sure people don't mistake it for the real thing, which is wild. As someone who was lucky enough to play Jerry's Wolf guitar for a show back in 2019, which we just discussed, I can confidently say Doug and Bill nailed it. It shall always be played with love for this music and a culture that's accepted me with open arms. See you on stage. How fantastic is that? And I know when we were discussing the guitar that John had been seen rehearsing with in Bill's story, I was chatting with my friend Gabe, who is a massive Deadhead. He is just the master at all things, Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, and go check out his channel if you haven't. If you're a Grateful Dead fan, a Jerry Garcia fan, and a John Mayer fan, his channel is for you. The lessons he's done on it are just incredible. His knowledge of that whole kind of side of John Mayer's kind of, musical, inspiration and everything like that. The Jerry Garcia thing. Gabe is fantastic at that stuff, so please go check out his channel. He just did an incredible solo lesson on Mississippi Half Step, actually, which was just brilliant as always. But anyways, when we were discussing this with him in our group chat, he was the one who originally said, well, you guys, Asher is making these commissioned replicas of Wolf. How much you want to bet it's one of those that John is going to be playing? And sure enough now, less than 24 hours later, Gabe was right, and it is an Asher Wolf guitar, but it's a prototype. So a little bit of an extra special guitar. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering, okay, so John got the prototype. Cool. But what about the production model of this guitar? Is it something we can go out and buy? I got some bad news for you guys. Number one, the production run has been all sold out. It was extremely limited. There were only 10 of them made. And I'm going to read here from some specs from Irwin Guitars here on this as well for you guys to give you the best information possible. So 2023 limited edition Irwin Wolf guitar. Again, an official collaboration between Doug Irwin and Bill Asher. Master built level with a hand-signed certificate of authenticity and a build book that comes with it. And there were only 10 of these made, meaning that, there's technically, I guess, 11 of them out there, a production run of 10, and then John Mayer has a prototype outside of this production run of 10. Again, using Doug's original templates, drawings, this thing is as close to the real Wolf as you can get. Now, for inquiries on purchasing and everything, you had to contact them, and I believe the price was $22,000 US, which is very hefty. Very, very hefty, and definitely, unfortunately, something that's out of the reach for the vast majority of mere mortals out there to be able to purchase. But that is the guitar that John is going to be playing. It is going to sound absolutely fantastic. There's no question about that. And at least it'll be working for John, so he can kind of experiment with the different pickup choices as well. I'm sure the middle will be one he uses for, quite a lot of his sounds. But he'll have just a lot more options with this guitar, and hopefully a guitar that's not fighting him as much as the original Wolf was. But, that guitar you wouldn't really want to mess with or tweak with at all. You want to leave it as it is. So now John has a version of his own to keep in really good condition, up to speed. And I'm sure we're going to see it all over this final Dead & Company tour. And it's kind of something that a few of us were discussing as well, is that I wonder what kind of gear John's going to bring out for this final Dead & Company tour. It's going to be really special, but, it's kind of like the grand finale, the final, lap, I guess. So what's going to change gear-wise? And, well, the Jerry Garcia influence and nod honoring Jerry Garcia is going to be very evident throughout this tour, that's for sure. So I just wanted to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible because the concert is tonight. And you guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because once we see some of the gear that John is going to be using, his pedals on his pedal board, I'll be sure to make some content on that for you guys, breaking that all down as well. So you're not going to want to miss that. So hit subscribe and hit that bell notification as well. If you want to be notified actually when these videos come out, you have to also hit that bell button to be notified as well. And until next time, you guys, thank you so very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Anyway, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see.